Godzilla Man here yet again to talk your ear off about Godzilla and wanted to give you an update about a Godzilla review that's coming up this week. I will be releasing Terror of Mechagodzilla. It'll be a short review I will be releasing of the film, but it's finally here. It's going to be about probably 2 minutes and 35 seconds. It's not my it's not my longest Godzilla review, but it is. I'd say it's one of my better ones. I need to obviously rewrite it, and there's stuff I can add to it, and I'm probably going to do that tomorrow. So, but for the most part, I have a script ready, and I'm ready to talk about the film. Sorry, folks, need to get some water. Oh, I wanted to let you all know that I just recently watched. We had a double feature of the Mechagodzilla films. I'm going to show you this. So this is it. This is a Godzilla Showa era Criterion collection. I bought this when it first came out. I pre-ordered it day one from Amazon. It has all the Showa films in it from 1954 to 1975, which Terror of Mechagodzilla was the last Godzilla film until 1984 when they released The Return of Godzilla, starring, oh, no, I don't even remember the cast. It's been a while. Shush. Be quiet, Karma. You're interrupting the video. I wanted to show you all some of the artwork in it. Let's take a look at this. So check this out. It's for the first film. Here's a poster, the artwork. If you hear a bunch of squeaking and meowing, that's my cat. Hello, tigers, I welcome. I'm showing off the Godzilla Criterion collection. I don't know if any of you have this film collection. This has 1954 to 1975. I've had this since it first came out. I want to say, when did it come out? Like 2 or 3 years ago. But it has all the movies in it. Show you what the. Check this out. All the discs, and then there's Godzilla. Thank you. Appreciate it. But yeah, I'll show you guys some more of the poster artwork for this. I really like the Godzilla raids again. This is probably my favorite artwork from this book. And here is King Kong vs. Godzilla. They did a really great job with the artwork for this. I kind of wish there was a separate case that you could put it in. You know, that would have been cool if they would have added that feature, have a second case where you can just put all the Blu-rays in. Because to open this constantly, opening it to get the Blu-rays, it just, bends the binding. a second. So it was King Kong versus Godzilla. Here is Mothra versus Godzilla. I wish I had these posters. Oh, this one's great. It has an Aztec look to it. It's for Ghidorah, the three-headed monster. I don't know if I've showed this off completely, like the entire book. So, I guess I can show it off now so that you guys know that I have most of the Godzilla collection. So, here's Invasion of the Astro Monster. There's the title. There's the poster. And I know they recently did a marathon of this. I thought about getting it. There was one where it was on the Mondo website, and he's sitting in a UFO, and I thought about getting that, because Mondo has released some pretty cool Godzilla figures. If you guys ever get a chance, check out Mondo's website. I order from Mondo, X Plus. I just recently ordered from Easy Hobby. I've wanted to order from Spiral Studio, but unfortunately Spiral Studio does not offer payment plans, so you have to either put down a deposit of like 700, and figures can range up to at least 1,700. For King Ghidorah, 1991 Heisei, he is about $2,000, and it's ridiculous. But anyways, back to what I'm talking about. This is for Ibera, Horror of the Deep, the Sea Monster. Okay, and this, he looks like freaking E.T. They made Menya look like E.T. See if I can get a closer look for you guys. Look at that. He looks like freaking E.T. Elliot. Here's Destroy All Monsters. Here's All Monsters Attack. Like I said, they did a phenomenal job with the poster, the artwork. I'm surprised Mondo didn't release these in poster form, or Bottleneck Gallery for that matter, because Bottleneck has been releasing a lot of Godzilla posters. Unfortunately, some of them are lenticular, and I don't like the lenticular posters. Godzilla vs. Ghidorah. Here's Godzilla vs. Gigan. Gigan looks really cool. Oh, this one, it reminds me of that. Did you guys hear about, see that picture of the mushroom cloud Godzilla? That's what this reminds me of. There's Jet Jaguar in the middle, and then Gigan right, and then on the other side, Megalon. And then Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla. Which I just watched with my wife. And the final poster, Terror of Mechagodzilla. Oh, same. I love all the artwork as well. But yeah, I have most of the Godzilla films. I used to have a bigger Godzilla VHS collection. I'm hoping so at Moscara. I'm hoping that we will get a Heisei collection from Criterion. I know they just released Godzilla versus Biollante for 4K by Criterion, which I thought was weird. I thought that they were going to release Godzilla 1984, then the rest of them onward. So I don't know. I hope that they release all of them. It would be nice, and I would be all for it. I would like to have the Heisei collection. I have most of the Heisei collection from the Toho Master Collection. And because Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah, I know that you can't get a hold of that on Blu-ray in America without paying a pretty penny. And the same for Godzilla and Mothra, The Battle for Earth. So yeah, I hope that we get the Heisei collection because it's just laying dormant. I'm hoping that they do a better release for GMK as well, or Godzilla against Mechagodzilla. Like I'm surprised Criterion hasn't tried to buy the rights for all the Godzilla films. That would be nice. So I don't know. Only time will tell. Anyways, folks, that was the Godzilla Criterion collection, and I wanted to show it to you all. Thank you for joining, and I will be back on in a few days. You can expect my Terror of Mechagodzilla review to be out this week. If you like Godzilla deep analysis and Godzilla reviews, unboxings, things like that, I do all kinds of stuff like that. Exactly. 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 I agree with that atmosphere. I absolutely agree. It would be nice to have them under one banner, not all these loop de loops and trying to go through this whole loop to get the rights from here, and then you have to go over here to get the rights from this one. You have to get the rights for Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah. You have to get the rights for Godzilla vs. Biollante. It's such a nightmare, and it's been like that forever. Even oh man, it was horrible in the 2000s. It was so bad, so bad. I remember, and I had no idea that Godzilla versus King Ghidorah and Mothra was going to sell out like that and go out of print because they lost the rights. But when it did, I was just thankful that I kept my copy. So, but anyways, Kaiju fans, thanks for joining. This is a short broadcast. I usually try to keep it short and concise and focused on one topic. But yes, you can expect more kaiju related content at the end of the week. And thank you so much for joining. And if you are interested, you can also check out my Facebook group, Kaiju Nerd United. And I also have one Valenquill on TikTok if you're on TikTok. But thank you for joining. Sleep well.